Good afternoon, YouTube. It's Mallory George Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, folks, we got a show coming up this weekend, and it's the Romania Musclefest. As you know, the show is promoted by the one-time Women's World Bodybuilding Champion, Lena Popa. You know, the Wise Sphinx champion back in 2017. It was 2018. She won a championship, and she's been a twice runner-up for the Miss Olympia title. And as you know, Alina has another show. As you know, she started her own show also in Romania, which was the Alina Popa Classic. I hope we have it next year. Women's bodybuilding do need more shows, and it's a show where it's just exclusively women's bodybuilding. They don't share the stage with other than, I think there's not even any. It's a pro am too, but it will have no pro. So this is exclusively no banana hammocks, no board shorts, no high heels. You know, and just women's bodybuilding. Shout out to Lena Popa for doing that, and I hope they do bring it back next year. So this is the show. This is her baby. This is the show. It's a popular show. It's the Romania Musclefest. It's promoted by the Wing of Strength. Lena is one of Wing of Strength's vice presidents. Shout out to Jake Wood. Yo, Jake. And this is the first show for women's bodybuilding after the Olympia for the 2025 Olympia. And the only show for this year for women's bodybuilding. I know, folks, it's sad that there's not enough shows for women's bodybuilding. I'm going to talk about this on my next live stream. So, this came out a couple of days ago. I usually want to wait till, if there are any more add-ons, and anybody might jump on the last minute, whatever. So, I don't want to put out a video that I missed somebody. I learned that a few times, that sometimes you might get somebody coming in the last minute. So, that's why I usually wait. But, the show is going to start the 9th. That's when they have the Pro qualifier is on the 9th, and then the 10th, which is Sunday, is going to be the main show. Now, I might watch the pre-judging because it's in Romania. Not the pre-judging. The finals are later in the afternoon or evening for us. Afternoon for us, and it's going to be even by the time they do the finals. So it's going to be like about early morning, like late afternoon, because we're different time zone. But I'm going to miss the prejudging because it'll be really, really early in the morning, and I ain't going to be staying up that late. Maybe I'll think about it. So anyway, the list came out. We have here 9 lovely ladies competing. A couple ladies who have been Olympic qualified in the past. And some ladies are making a debut, and and some women making the switch from the division, for physique division, up to women's bodybuilding. I was hoping there would be more. Some ladies who I thought might do the show, they had some dropouts and some changed their mind. But like I said, it's like I said, it is what it is sometimes. I hate using that word, it is what it is. So anyway, first person we have here is a lovely lady who I've interviewed, had pleasure of meeting. This is a multiple-time Olympic competitor. That is the lovely Mrs. Roshana Boswell. Roshana, this is going to be her third shows overseas. Other than she did the Rise of Phoenix, and she did 3 shows overseas. She did the Lena Classic, she did the Europa Pro, and now she's doing this show. And, I'm a fan of Rashada. I felt like she should have just wait and maybe try to do a show for next year. I said before this, the cost of traveling back and forth going to another country, it can be effective, but she could possibly win this. It was very close to her and between the other competitor who won at the Alina Classic. Next up we have is one Miss Denise Faith. Now, this is going to be her pro debut. She's originally from Sweden. So she's one of a number of Swedish bodybuilders. I mean, not much about her, but so all I know is her debut. Next up we have is Julia Furre. As you know, Julia has been competing for quite some time. This is going to be, I think, her second show. I believe she wasn't invited to the Rising. Was she went to the Rising? I thought she was at the Rising. I believe she was. Yeah, she was at the Rising. And then she did the Alina Popa Classic. And, I'm a fan of Julia. I hope she really brings in. One thing is she has size. Just got to bring in conditioning. And if she brings in conditioning, she could do well. That's what she needs to work on. Conditioning is the most important. Next up we have is Mariana Gaspare. And, she's been competing in a couple of shows. She made a debut at the Vancouver Island show. And she last competed at the Titan Grand Prix. Impressive lady. Used to be a powerlifter. She on the pro card back in 2023, the same year as later I interviewed a while back Ursula Monroe. President physique, she's kind of the tiny type. She really is kind of like, I put it in line with someone like Michaela Aycock, or there's Hunter Henderson, short girls. We can put on some muscle. But like I said, I hope she made some improvements since the Titan show, and that's been at least about a month or so. Next up we have is Victoria Kanish, and she's originally from Russia, but she lives in Dubai. She works with Hella Trevino, Irene Anderson, and Gina Cavallero. I think she's one of she's one of their clients. Lady did a couple of shows this year, and this the last time she competed was at the Portugal Pro. She has size, but like I said again, she's kind of like Juliet. She just got to bring in conditioning. Size is just not enough. Conditioning is also important. Next up, we have the lady who's switching from physique to women's bodybuilding. This one, Mrs. Unta Spitzbart. Now, she was physique. She mostly was competing with a couple of years as physique, and now she's making the switch. We see a lot more women switching from women's bodybuilding, from physique to women's bodybuilding. It's becoming a trend. Next up we have is a lady who's been at the show, been dominant. This is where she made her pro debut, and also the same show where she got her pro card. And that is one Anastasia Kobaleva. And I was hoping she'd do some more shows. Now she's originally from Russia, if you remember, but she lives in Romania. And you know what? I wish she'd do more shows. I mean, she done pretty good last year. I think she was second the last time, and she was third one year. Her size is just crazy. She's just a monster. Conditioning, was a little better last year. Maybe she's bringing it, and I wish she'd do more shows. Maybe I was hoping she'd do the Lena Classic show, but my guess she feel like this is, this show for her. But now, if the Lena Classic show is going to be next year, I like to see her compete at that show next year. Most definitely. I think she could probably get her Olympic qualification at that show. Next up is a lady who made her women's bodybuilding debut this year and also Olympic debut this year. That is Alida Opala, and she's from Hungary. Impressive lady. She's been doing pretty good. I mean, she won the Alida Classic last year. She was, I think, top 3 at the Portugal Pro in her debut in women's bodybuilding. I think it was at Portugal or Imperial. One of those she made her debut. Impressive physique, a good amount of size. I know some people say, I think the conditioning might be the thing. She might need to bring that a little bit. But, hope she brings it. This could be, I think really it's going to be a return between her and Rashada, who both competed and were top 2 at the Atlanta Classic. So let's see what she's going to bring. It's like I said, it's been just a month since the Olympia. Just a month. And last we have is Haget Sedelis, and she's from Israel. And she was physique. She switched to women's bodybuilding this year. I believe she did Imperial and she did Portugal. Or she just did Portugal. I'm trying to remember the list from the Imperial, but I believe she did Portugal. Just a picture from it. Precious lady. So saw she did an interview a while back with the Female Body Channel. She's also planning on promoting a bodybuilding show in Israel. So wish her best of luck. I mean, it's tough to be promoted, especially a woman, especially doing bodybuilding shows outside of the United States. And we're hoping she might have women's bodybuilding to it, especially as a pro, as amateurs, because women's bodybuilding needs some places, but it's going to be harder because out of the States, and most of the time women's bodybuilding don't do as good out of America compared to any place else. Now, someone who I thought was going to do a show because she won it last year is Lavenia Barros, and I was surprised she was on the list. My guess, I think from what I saw, she's going to prep now. As you know, she lives here in the States now. She lives in Vegas. And she works with Amanda Machado's boyfriend. Possibility, maybe she might try to do the Triple O Dynasty to get it out of the way so she could get a quick qualification first of the year. Or maybe another show. There's an opportunity. Now, she's living here in the States. There's quite a few shows. Or she might go back to New York and see how she does in that show because she took second to Ashley Jones this year. One person who was supposed to be a show, she's won this show before, and that is Nadia Capisoto. Nadia won it back in 2021. She won. This is what I remember. In 1 year she won 2 Olympic qualifications. She won her first one in Puerto Rico when it was in Bahamas back in 2021. Then she won her 2022 qualification at the Romania Musclefest, and then she won at with the Big Man Weekend. But the Mr. Big Man Weekend, no, it does not have women's bodybuilding or anything. It just have high heels and board shorts now. But I think she maybe wants to take the time to rest, get her condition. She might try to do the Imperial, which is real close to her, because even though she's in Italy, it's in Spain or Portugal. Those might be the two she might shoot for. So I think she might do those shows. It was a lot closer. Give her time to get ready and maybe recover after Olympia. And she took fourth at Olympia. That's a pretty good showing from her first time she at Olympia. And next up is one lady I'm a fan of, as Jacqueline J. Fuchs. As you know, she last competed at the Atlanta Classic. Also, I believe she did the Portugal Pro. Big fan of this lady, great physique. Her size has gotten a lot better, but still the conditioning needs to come up. And she also works with Hella Trevino, Irene Anderson, and Gina Carvalho. I think she's part of the 14 Pro company. And I hope she I would love to see her come compete in states. It's been a long time since she competed in the states, and I think not since 2018 back in Chicago. Next up is one lady I've had a pleasure interviewing. That's Ivana Danakovic. I hope I didn't misspell her name. Ivana, she, as you know, made the switch to women's bodybuilding some time ago. She's done the Romania Musclefest before. Last I heard, she lived in Germany. She made her return here at the Atlanta Classic just a few months ago. And I hope she'll throw through this show. But my guess, she feel like she needs more time. Maybe she might do Imperial, or maybe do the Portugal, or just wait for the Lena, because she lives in Germany. I think Germany is a little closer to Romania, so it won't be too much out of her way. So here's the list for women's physique. And I had to update it because originally they just saw a new name on here. The original list, if this is the list before, but they added another name to it. And I just saw it last night before I posted this video. I was going to plan to do it later today, but I had some stuff to do. But then I saw this list got updated and added a new competitor. But like I said, still a lot of ladies here. I mean, we have at least, for the look of it, we have only really one, actually two Olympia competitors who competed just about a month ago, and one who was Olympia qualified, but, as I talk about her, I don't know why she keeps doing shows and, getting qualification and don't even go to Olympia. It's just my peeve about that. You're taking somebody's spot and you can't come to the shows. I mean, I'm not going to go into details on it. You know what I talk about this for. First up we have is Tiana Balut. As you know, she's from Turkey. She's been busy. She did the Texas Pro some time ago, did a couple other shows. And this is going to be her first show for qualification for next year's Olympia. Next up we have is Amy Chester. What I know about her, she's from Ireland. She also competed here at the Romania Musclefest. So this is going to be, I think, her third year as an IFB Pro. Next up we have is Anna Cerilla. I got her name wrong. I apologize. She's from Italy. This is going to be, I think, her first year as a pro and her second show. She did the Imperial in Spain this summer. Press physique. I hope she does well. Next up is another fellow Italian, Alessandra Patricia de Silva. And, she competed at the Portugal. Next up we have is Julia Zalavicevic. I apologize if I messed up her name. She's from Russia. She competed, I believe, last year at the Romania Musclefest. And, we hadn't seen compete since then. Maybe this might be a good show for her, or she might try to do another show next year. Next up we have is one Miss Modessa Hemmingson. It was Modessa Habib, but now she got married some time ago. Now it's changed. Last time we saw Modessa, she was at the Tupelo Pro. Fallon's face. She has a beautiful physique, beautiful woman. I've done quite a few views on her. Maybe in the future I'd like to do an interview with her. I know she can speak English because I remember she did an interview with JB, the Fear and Bobbin channel, some time ago. I hope, she sees some videos I posted about her and she really liked them. So maybe I can get an interview sometime in the future. I think she has an attractive look. She's one of I say a Dane, as you know, like Hella Trevino. But I hope maybe we can do an interview. Cross my fingers. Next up we have is one Mariana Konosopoulou. She's from Cyprus, which is an island outside of Greece, where I was told it's independent from Greece. It's not really Greece per se. I was in contact with her for a little bit, but I know she's busy. She got a career, and maybe someday in the future, if I post this video on my social media, She might see it because I'm gonna tag her in it in one of the other videos I post on my IG, and maybe we get in contact and try to set up an interview. Right here we have one Miss Kristen Kirchner. If I got a name wrong, she's from Austria. And Austria, that's the home of Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Austrian oak. Next up we have is one Miss Gemma Lancaster. Now Gemma, as you know, last year competed in Romania Musclefest in women's bodybuilding. Now she switched back to women's physique. And, and she just, she recently competed at the UK show in the Europa Pro. Prince Physique, I feel like, I don't know. She's on that edge there. Maybe it's the size, conditioning. She's at the cusp. Just maybe bring a little more size. She could go back to women's bodybuilding and do a little better. Next up we have is one, Paola Mascari. I would say Miss PM, so I won't mess up her name too bad. She's from Italy, and I think she's just going to be her pro debut. Next is the lady who I have also had the pleasure of being on my channel, the lovely Miss Barbara Manjan from France. Barbara, as you know, again, she got the 4th spot in women's physique at the Olympia. This is going to be a trend. She often asks, what was the thing she needs to get over the top to get out of that spot? I don't know. There's a debate. Maybe she might do better women's bodybuilding. But like I said, she's been pretty good. I mean, coming back after taking a year off and getting the 4th spot again. That's consistent. I tell you, that's consistent. Next up we have Sarah Misak. She's from Australia. Couldn't find any pictures of her, so we got a silhouette. We have another fellow Australia, one Miss Sabina Pawisma from Wisma. I think that's the name. I'm sorry, I want to mess up the names. This is going to be also, I believe, her pro debut. Next up we have is Martina Pajkanik. She's from Poland. And I hate messing up these names. I mean, it's something I need to work on. I try to work on it before I do these videos, but, I'm from the South, and sometimes it's hard to get some names across and don't sound like I'm really chopping them up. It's just something. You still got to work on it. Next up we have is the last year's champion, Waluka Waduko. And she follows me on IG. So, first of all, the great physique, she's a mom. I mean, she's won the show back to back, and possibly if she can win it again, it'll be 3 in a row. This is in her home backyard of Romania. So she's coming in as the favorite. But another person who's coming in the favorite is the person I mentioned earlier. This person here, Miss Caroline Alvarez dos Santos. And she won a qualification at the Portugal Pro, where Barbara took 2nd. And she was planning to do the Legion show regionally, but then she dropped out. And his thing is, she has gotten in her career 4 Olympic qualifications and has not ever competed at the Olympia. She has a great physique. I ain't lying. She has a great physique. I've done views on her, especially flexing sex, which I think she's sexy. But I don't know. What's the issue? She gets these qualifications and don't use them. If it's a visa issue, she needs to talk to somebody. If it's something in her record where she can't get a visa, she needs to stop bodybuilding. Because you're taking up the opportunity with somebody who comes in just as good a position as you and deserves that place. I know judges will go by what they see and who has the best condition, but political wise, there's no point if we're wanting somebody who cannot make it to the Olympia. So she either has to get that issue fixed or just stop competing. I'm just, like I said, you're taking a spot. It can make the difference between who's going to be top 5, who's going to be top 10 or whatever. And here we have one was Jianjing Shai, and she's from China. I'm telling you, we're getting more women from China. I think there was another lady who made her debut at the Europa who made China. There was another lady, I think you had another lady in Canada. I think she was from Taiwan. You had Olivia Bayon, who did both the Toronto and the Portugal Pro. I think China's really pushed out some great talent. Amazing physique, great body. I mean, wow. She was a figure predator. Now she's making a switch to women's physique. Let's see how she does. She might crack the top 5 of this show or top 10. And last we have here one Miss Petra Stankova. She's from Czech Republic. She turned pro about 6 years ago, and this is going to be her pro debut. Like I said, this is a lot of ladies who are making their pro debut at this show, especially women's physique. Now, one person I would love to see at this show, as you know, she got her pro card at this show and then made her pro debut and she was fourth. She beat out, I think, two women at that show who already had been to Olympia months before that, and that is Natalia Bastrova. I think she follows me on social media. She likes my stuff. I would love to do an interview with her. I might need to find somebody to do translation because I don't speak Russian and I don't think her English is that good. Beautiful physique, great look to her. I think she's an appealing woman. She kind of has that. When you ever see her with her glasses, she has that teacher look to her. Like she might be one of my teachers going to school, but just with more muscle and better looking. But I think she has a amazing physique. I thought she would do this show because she's from Russia, so Romania's a lot closer for her than going to the United States. I think she might try to do a show in America again because she has competed in America twice. We got a qualification at the Ultima Classic, and she took second at the Omaha Pro. Or she might just try to do a show like the Portugal or maybe the Imperial. Give her time to wait. But like I said, can you believe this lady's 56 years old, 4 years from 60, and her body's just amazing. I mean, she didn't do as well at the Olympia like I thought she would. Maybe crack the top 10, but you know how it is. You have just like a strong line of competitors, but amazing physique. I'm just a fan of this lady, and she's also follows me on social media. And next up we have is the small Swede, as I call her. And that is Janetta Johansson. Impressive lady, great physique. I believe she cracked in the top 10 at the Olympia. I thought this would be a great show for her to do, maybe get a qualification also. But I think she's probably take the time to rest. She might try to come here and do shows in the States, maybe something like New York or Pittsburgh or maybe Tampa. Or she might try to do Texas again. Great physique. Or she might go back and try to get a title, defend the title at Tupelo. Great physique, very impressive. She's good friends with the big Swede, Ivan Anderson. We've been talking on social media. She, I send her some stuff. She likes it. I might try to reach out again. So maybe she want to settle, maybe do an interview now that she's not competing. She's not doing any shows right now. She's in prep. I cross my fingers on this. I really cross my fingers on this. And one person I thought might try to do a show because she was supposed to do a couple of shows, and that is Sophie Leo. That's another fellow French woman to Barbara Jean. As you remember, I posted a while back she was going to do the Imperial, but she got injured before the show. And then I thought I saw her, she was going to do the Portugal, but then something happened. I think she was still suffering injuries, or I thought she was going to do the UK show, but she didn't do that show. So we might see Sophie next year. Maybe she might do the Imperial like she tried to do this year, or she might try to do the Portugal, or maybe, hell, she's been qualified. She's just been to Olympia, so if she has a visa, come to the States. I would say do that, or go to Canada. Toronto would be a good show to do. I think whatever show works for her. I think she probably, if it's like maybe something like Toronto, maybe Tampa, she probably could win one of those shows. So we're just wait to see what Sophie's going to do. And she's also going to make her friend Anne-Marie Moon how she's going to compete. Because Anne had to get knee surgery, so we got to wait to see how Anne Moon going to look like for next year. Now, anyway, the show is in Romania. They are, I think, on a 6, 7, 8 time difference, so that the pre-judges is going to be early in the morning, about midnight. So I'm thinking, could I? Nah, let's see. I couldn't. That means I got to go sleep early in the day, then wake up around about 1 o'clock, and then watch it all the way up to 2. Then you have to wait through the other divisions. So it won't be worth it. Not that early in the morning. But it's something to beat out. But like I said, I will leave a link. You can check it out. I will leave the link if you want to check it out. You can catch the prejudging because, like I said, they're going to be a different time zone. So you can probably catch the finals later that afternoon, that morning for us, all depending. And check it out because, I'm a fan of Lita Pope. I'm a fan of this show. And there's amazing women on here. A couple ladies who I got the pleasure of having on my channel, do interviews with. So I'm thinking about it. I might check it out. It's up here. As you know, this is going to be the last qualification women's bodybuilding for the year. That's unfair. And there's at least about 2 more qualifications left for women's physique. That's going to be next week. So let's keep it crazy. I will keep my fingers crossed for the competitors who I'm rooting for, and I hope you do well. And we just made on our way Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk. Don't like, subscribe. I'm out.